Oh, okay. Well, welcome back, everyone, to our second session of Phandelver and Below. If it's your first time here or you're continuing watching, thanks for being here. We are Adventures on Tap, specifically GMs that run events with Adventures on Tap, and we're a charity-focused organization that drinks local, plays local, and supports local in terms of local charities, beers, and playing D&D in person in breweries. Um, as far as something that is new that we would like to highlight, we do have our charity sponsor opportunity now here on the stream. Right below the video, you can find a button to donate to Child's Play, which we'll get to at intermission time. As far as what they are all about, you can go ahead and find them as well on their website. But what we've been trying to keep as a tradition is go around to each of the DMs here with us tonight and ask what they are drinking before we get started and what character they're playing for this adventure. So we can start with Garrett.
Hello, sorry, messing with audio because apparently I and Joe are very quiet. So, all right. Yes, I am Garrett. I am playing Galan, the GIF Big Hippo Man Blood Hunter. And my drink tonight is Dragon's Milk, much like I was drinking last week, but it is bourbon barrel aged stout this time rather than a wheat.
That sounds up my alley. I'll tell you what. Sounds good. How about you, Ken? What are you drinking tonight?
Hello, my name is Ken, and tonight I will be playing Trigol Evelev, the Shatterkai monk, and I am drinking bourbon and berry. It's bourbon with cranberry juice.
I'm gonna start calling that the Ken. I feel like that's your go-to.
It
I'll
is
have to
my
try it
go-to.
out. All right, and then on to Chris. What are you drinking
Yeah,
tonight?
my name is Chris, and I'm playing Ragnar Iron Fist, and I am drinking traditional mead that I made.
Nice. Any particular flavor?
It's just honey,
Just honey?
honey
Nice.
flavored.
Honey flavored.
Yep,
Sweet. Ferg, what are
flavored
you
with
drinking
honey,
tonight? Oh, sorry, what was that?
flavored with honey.
Uh, I'm Ferg. I'm playing Barry, Turtle Druid, and tonight I will be sipping on a little bit of Old Forester Prohibition bourbon.
Straight from the bottle?
No, I've got a nice little decanter.
Nice. All right, and Kyle, what are you drinking?
Hi there, I'm Kyle. I'm playing Sky, and I am drinking Merry Men's Porter from D's Bros Brewing in Sanford.
All
Wonderful.
right. Nice. Last but not least, Ben, what are you drinking tonight?
I am Ben. I'm running after Blacktooth, the Half Orc Rogue. Tonight I have the Oviedo Zen from our friends at Oviedo Brewing, which is where we will be running a one-shot pop-up event this weekend. The tickets for the tables are sold out right now, but you can still stop by and see us. You can shop with our merchants, maybe enter the raffle. Come on out and have a good time with us. You can just come out and get a drink.
Nice. Yeah, so hopefully we'll see some of your faces in person this weekend. But before we go ahead into hop into our game, if we're not familiar with it, we do a little tradition at our events where we cheers at the count of three, with the cheers being to adventure. So join us in this cheers at the count of three, but we're going to go ahead and just do it over camera with us. Three, two, one, to
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 adventure.
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 adventure!
I also forgot to mention that the beer I am drinking is Sanford Brewing Company's Oktoberfest in my awesome little cup.
You know what I just realized, guys? We have a lot of melee physical damage people, not a lot of magic. I thought it was completely opposite.
I think they
Fine.
call that. Oh well.
It
Uh,
is called Oops All for a
It's all
reason.
melee.
I
Oops, all melee.
I
All
am my own
melee,
kind of
oops, all
magic user.
DMs.
I'm my own kind of magic user. I know one spell. It's called Stab.
Nice. All right. Well, for those of you that watched our session last week, thank you for watching it or catching up on the VOD. But if you have not watched it and this is your first time with us, the adventure had started with Galen, Ephraim, Ragnar, Trigal, and Barry being hired by a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker to transport provisions to Phandelver. Gundren and his escort Sildar Hallwinter rode ahead while the party got to know each other on the 2-day journey. For example, not all shelled creatures are the same, apparently. Although turtles look like turtles, doesn't mean that you can lump them all together. Turtles have their own rich culture, their own adventures to go on, and frankly, they're tired of the stereotypes. Or hey, maybe it's our spacefaring hippopotamus-like GIF gladiator projecting it onto others in the party. Was he being referred to as a hippo ever since he landed in Faerun from somewhere else in the astral plane? We may never know. But just remember turtles are turtles, and they're just shelling out their own path. Anyways, nearing I crack myself up with dad jokes all the time, and I'm not even a dad. But anyways, nearing the end, they encounter two dead horses blocking their path. And just as they plan to proceed, a ranger named Sky confronts them, suspecting they killed the horses and sought retribution for the creatures. After clearing the misunderstanding, Sky joins the party to uncover what happened. And upon investigating those horses, the group is ambushed by goblins, and a battle ensues. What triggered the ambush was so immensely unknown in nature, it beckoned a temporary lapse in time and reality, now known as the First Glitchening. Fortunately, the threads of time managed to repair themselves to find our adventurers continuing the battle against the ambushers. Some were harassed for their ranged weapon of choice. Some found satisfaction in absolutely yeeting goblins off of escarpments. And some, like our half-orc cowboy gone WWE with a twist, performed the notorious flying accordion skewer maneuver. But horrified by that sight of this, and noticing that all of his subordinates have obviously been taken out, Nibfrickle, one of the goblins, makes a break for it, but is too slow. He is caught by the group, interrogated, and eventually reasoned with. Nibfrickle, now formerly known as Niff for some reason, is bringing our party to Kragmaw Hideout as the horses presumably belong to the individuals that match Gundren and Sildar's descriptions. So I know that was windy. I don't know why I wrote such a long session right up, but hopefully that
No, it was
brings everybody up to speed.
It was very good. It was gave a full rundown of what was going on. I like it.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. With that being said, let me adjust our map. um, as y'all had done just before our session, was convinced Nibfrickle to bring you down to that hideout, tied in such a way that he was still able to point out traps that were along the way. So you are making your way about 1.5 miles up the path to find yourself in a clearing.
Is anyone else seeing the map change, or is it still the same?
Nope,
Joe?
I have not switched.
Oh, okay. I thought you
No,
said you were
yes.
messing with the map.
I think he's getting the possibly next one prepped. But
Yeah, I probably should have put all of the tokens there before the session, but give me
so
1 second.
why is he called a Niff now?
Well, you
Hey,
see,
I'm not the one that named him.
Talking, but your I see your lips moving, but you're not producing sound.
Yeah,
Is this
I was
a
busy putting
visual
a
trick?
lot of dashes in Discord. So it's Nifrickle, right? Nibfrickle?
Nib Frickle.
Right. So it's
That's
the
what he
NI
told
from
us.
Nib and the F from Frickle. Niff.
Oh, a nickname.
Yes, and also remembering Nib Frickle the whole time. It's gonna sound like a bunch of idiots walking around these woods.
Yes. We definitely not
Speaking
want to desecrate the woods like that.
speaking of Nicks, I'm kind of bleeding over here. Could we take a little
I don't think
little
we have any
heal?
healers, so good luck.
Oh, well, like I'll definitely like heal you up a little bit, but we could also just chill out, take a nice little nap.
I think I got
Nap
some hardtack
now?
here somewhere. Have a little snacky.
Yeah. So y'all
Think we have the time for
take a
such?
short rest is what we're shooting for, looks like. Sounds like that is.
Oh, are we?
But what
I
of
don't know.
the
What are y'all trying to pitch? I'm not quite clear.
of the
I just need
people
some healing.
from
I'm
the
at 4 hit
horses
points.
that you were worrying about?
I hope we're not having connections issues again, because it sounded like three different people talking at the same time there. I'll start with the
I heard everyone.
you.
It was
It was
just
all
because everyone was
okay.
talking.
Okay, good to know. So Kyle, I guess just because I see you, uh, in my order on my screen, what were you trying to say, and then we can circle around.
Wouldn't it be a problem? Weren't you all talking about saving a dwarven employer of some kind?
Well, how much saving can we actually do if we're low on health? You know, we need to heal up, get our strength back, and then come at the next challenge with a force.
I don't think they're going to get any extra trouble in a half an hour or so. It's going to take me to wrap up my wounds.
Very well. I just wanted to make sure we were understood.
Yes, Ranger Sky, as the great prophet Sigris Themavan wrote, it's always better to be safe than never boiling.
Well,
All right.
So are we like gonna hang out here for a little bit, or
Yeah,
what's
why
the
don't
plan?
we
you wish to rest. I
hang out
can
where
keep
we left
watch
the
for
cart
some
real quick?
time.
I will keep
Sure, no
watch
other
as well.
goblins join us.
So we had
Yeah, I
hidden
gotta
the
be honest.
cart in like
I
a
don't
little
need
bit,
to
right?
wait.
Ragnar, stay with the group. There's power in numbers. Am I correct?
Sure.
All right, stay with the numbers, and we hit them once everyone is back tip-top shape.
My daddy always said, "Don't split the herd."
All right, so can we just
Okay, so
presume we did
taking a
that?
short rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for whatever health you need.
I rolled a 6. That puts me back to full. I'm happy. I'm ready to hit that dusty
Sick.
trail.
Is it just Ephraim that's going to be rolling for health? Anybody else rolling for health? Looks like Sky, you might need it. I guess Nib Purple can roll.
Thing. Just
Sure, I'll get my
learning
1 HP back.
learning roll 20 to figure out how that works.
So on your sheet, it's like at the top towards the middle, there will be hit dice that you can roll. But of course, if you know what your hit dice is off the top of your head for class, you can. The
That's what
character
I pick
sheet
up.
will track, how many you have for a short rest. I think there's even a short rest and long rest button now that I think about it.
I got all of it back.
Oh no, I didn't enable. Yeah, yeah. Towards the right, there's a short rest and long rest button.
Oh, there it is. For the future, I know that now.
All right, and Nibfrickle only got one. I'll roll one more. Okay, cool.
There you go. That's a little better.
Yeah. All right, so you all take a little nap on the trail while Nibfrickle kind of keeps watch uh, as you all feel a lot better to continue forward. So you make your way up to um, the end of the trail, or what appears to be, as it starts opening up from a trail to look more like a clearing. You hear a river just short distance ahead of you. Um, and as the trail ends, 5 miles from or so of the scene of the ambush, you see the shallow stream that flows from a cave. Excuse me, from a cave mouth, which is screened by dense briar thickets. A narrow, dry path leads into the cave on the right side of the stream. What do you do?
Joe, I was wondering if it was okay for as we're on our walk towards this area, if I could make a nature roll to see if I can find any kind of flora or plant life that would interest my character.
Sure.
All right.
Is there something in particular you're looking for in
Muted.
regards to flora?
No, it's more or less just what catches his eye and what I can find on the way. Um, Not anything in particular. We'll see what I get and then go from there. Um,
Hope you knew your flowers, Joe.
oh, I said nature. Why is my nature bad?
I
I
was
don't
just
think this is right.
I was just sitting here like I don't know what I'm gonna pull out of my ass here.
No, I got you. I got you.
All right.
Don't worry.
Hold on,
He's a
sorry.
turtle, but his nature's bad. So
Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. That's not right. There's no way that's right.
He only knows aquatic plants.
No, that is right. Oh my god.
16
Ew.
species of lily pads, but a fern,
Maybe perception. Could I roll perception?
Mm,
Or does it have to
yeah,
be
I would say
nature?
if you're just looking for a general plant, perception would probably be better anyway.
Okay. I'm gonna have to adjust my character some so nature is it fits into my theme. Okay. Hold on a
It's
sec.
like you're theming your character all around this concept, and
It's
this is
just
the main
Can't even
stat
can't
you
even do
want.
it.
It's not even up there. Nice. All right, so
Okay.
22. That's a good roll.
Perfect.
I
Okay.
would. You said you have a list. I know that. I guess for transparent to everybody else, we are going to be trying out a third party um, supplement, which has like a different flora and alchemy items.
sounds fancy.
Oh,
Yeah, so what I was thinking is I know we briefly talked about it, but I have a random table of since we're in the forest and I'll just roll on that. So I'll just roll a
okay.
d8 and then uh, I'll tell you what I find. Where is the regular rolls? There we go. A 7. Okay. All right. Cool. I get a Deglidin, so I will research my little compendium and find out from there. Thank you. Oh, Barry's just like wandering off, like looking at, and you see him like picking through some sticks and some leaves, and put some to his mouth and like he'll taste it. Sometimes he makes a yucky face, sometimes it's a good face. You're not quite sure if he knows exactly what he's putting in his mouth, but that's kind of the experience, you know. You live and you learn.
All right, Barry. Once you find what you're looking for, regroup. We got a cave up ahead. There's a river. There could be any sort of crap going on. I got to talk to Niff and figure out what's going on here. So figure out what plants you're looking at, and we're going to move forward.
I would watch out for the briars up ahead. They have thorns. I would not put those close to your mouth.
You think?
Oh, duly noted, sir. Thank you for your words of wisdom.
Are you warning the turtle, who is a plant eater, about thorns on his own planet?
A plant eater with a shell. Less.
That changes it. I'm sorry. I rescind my last comment.
Oh no, I'm agreeing with you.
We want to ensure that we're all healthy, correct?
Yes.
To that end, you want me to sneak up ahead and
I
peep
think
around a little
first
bit?
we should ask Niff where the guards are and if there's traps set around before we go wandering off.
That's fair.
Niff, my boy, now that you're part of this crew, is there anything we should be aware of coming up towards this cave entrance here? You got your friends that usually your ex friends, usually situated in this area, or traps in this area. What do we got to look out for?
Yeah, right. I didn't think we can. I don't know. You needed my help here. I was just gonna bring you here. I'm just part of the crew that jumps everybody. Basically, I camp out in the woods. But
You don't
I
pass
mean, to
through
my
here.
understanding, right? There's I don't think we keep any traps. We're not too bright. We run into them a lot. It's only on the path for which we avoided.
Gotcha. Thanks. All right, Ephraim, why don't you go scout ahead? It seemed like a good idea when you brought it up, and I'm gonna just step back real quick.
Yep, I got you, boss.
All right, so
That is a 23 to stealth.
you are stealthy.
I'm going to sneak up to the edge of the stream, trying to stick to the tree line. I'm going to try to stick to the tree line as I go up to the edge of the stream there.
Okay. I was like wondering if you were
Yeah.
trying to move the character or not.
Yeah. Just try to coordinate. I've only got two hands and I got three different screens to click between. So
So go ahead and roll perception. Excuse me, perception. I don't know if that came across right. Oh, nice,
that is
23.
another 23.
Sweet. So you notice, you don't notice anything out of ordinary per se, with the general outside, here. However, you do, I guess here's some, so what I'm like small sounds of like twigs kind of bending but not quite breaking. Like there may be animals or something behind the briars. But other than that, it's just kind of the swishing of the river from the cave mouth. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I'm trying to scope out
Otherwise,
guards.
okay.
Try to see if there's anybody on watch. And he said there weren't traps, but I think I'd still keep an eye out for traps as well, because who knows, he could be lying. Yeah, pretty much just trying to get a good sense of the defenses of what we're walking into.
Mhm. So you are able to tell, at least from where you're at, that there doesn't appear to be any traps, um, perceivable traps, but from the cave entrance, it's somewhat too dark to see, I guess, what's within the cave from the contrast of the light and where you're appearing from. You do see that there is somewhat of like a an opening of the behind the briar bush, um, enough area that could probably fit some people to kind of ambush or anything like that.
Okay, and you said I could hear some movement back there.
Yes.
All right, well then I think I want to go ahead and try to creep up a little closer and see if I can't get eyes on these people.
Sure. Whereabouts? I would say you don't need to roll the stealth. The one that you had done was so well that you haven't done anything, I guess, per se, to break it.
Okay, that's good because that roll that I just made was not great. Yeah. Look again, sticking to the tree line and just following the creek until I can see what I can see.
Okay. So go ahead and I guess just move your character so I have an understanding of what. Okay. All right.
Okay, as soon as he disappears from our view, I'm going to begin to move up.
Okay. And I will also say for Ephraim, you notice that as you kind of like peeking more or focusing more to appear through the briars, you do see that there are three goblins kind of laying on wooden posts like pressed against the briars, so it's almost as if they can kind of just peek up and keep an eye out, but they seem to be distracted in some way. As far as everybody else, Trigol, you said you were going to be pushing up. Are you planning to move up with Ephraim, or you have anything in particular you're trying to do?
No, I just wanted to get to where I could see Ephraim, not necessarily go up to him, but he kind of, from our perspective, he kind of disappeared around these bushes. So I just wanted to move up so I could keep an eye on where he is, keep him in my line of sight, basically, so that he wouldn't, suddenly get shot and fall over silently, and none of the rest of us know what happened to him.
Okay. Um,
Do I need to make a stealth to move up there to make sure that I don't give him away or me away?
mm, yeah, that's a good point. I don't know why I didn't think to ask that. It's great playing with DMs because then they'll call themselves out.
No, give us advantage. Stop
We
it.
try to be fair.
Yeah, appreciate
All
it.
right.
Go ahead and
Rules
So
lawyer
go ahead
gets
and roll with
corner.
advantage just because you didn't even need to do that.
oh, okay. Well, we'll count the second one to see if it's any better.
All
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
It
So it's a total
is.
of 18.
Okay. Yeah, so you're good. You're being quiet enough that it doesn't seem to be triggering anything around. But you're keeping an eye on Ephraim. It's Ephraim, right? Am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then as far as everybody else, what do you do?
Ragnar, are you creeping up there? Or are you just getting a little closer to try and not have people die?
I'm just moving up a little bit just to not have somebody go too far away, but not close enough to where I'd be disturbing what they're trying to do.
Okay, I'm just making sure you're not gonna, make a break for it and just start killing. Because if
Yeah,
they're
I
doing some
wouldn't do
sneaky
that.
stuff, I assume they're gonna come back and report to us what's going on, what the situation is. Then we go forward from there. These aren't the guys. This seems like a real professional outfit. They're not gonna go and just start murdering people out of nowhere.
No, I wouldn't just go out there and just start sprinting out there with my axes out,
Yeah,
trying
I
to
don't get
kill
that vibe from you at all.
goblins. That'd be
Uh,
that'd be crazy. Who would do that?
I think
As I put my two war picks away.
good call. I do, however, think we should prepare ourselves in case something does go off. Uh,
Oh,
you
get him
know,
back out.
well, maybe something ranged. instead of. I guess you could throw the axes, right?
I have nothing ranged.
You could throw the axes, right?
No, I don't
What?
throw these.
But what if you did, though?
No,
Okay. Can I
I
just
throw
hand
myself.
him? Can I hand him a dagger or something?
That is a very small sword.
It is actually, but it flies real well. You should try throwing it sometime. Not now, but if our guys get attacked and you can see it happening over there, throw the small sword.
Okay.
Cool. And I will ready with expert precision my blowgun.
I'm just imagining, like, is this blowgun
It's like
like
a,
an average
a full
size
size
blowgun?
bamboo. It's
Oh.
massive. Might as well be
Okay.
shooting crossbow bolts
Yeah,
out.
imagining like a tiny straw basically for a GIF.
It's a massive because he's a GIF. You know that's a big lung capacity. You got to have some force to that thing.
All right, my
What?
bad. You've been saying GIF. I've been saying GIF.
Listen, the atrocities to my people committed by the GIF people should not be talked about.
All right, so you ready your action? Ragnar scoots up a little bit in preparation as well. Barry, Sky, what are you doing?
Sky's going to take some bark off of a near tree and fashion a gag for Nibfrickle or Niff to ensure that he does not scream to alert anyone.
My boy.
Wise, wise choice. Okay. Just curious though.
He's on side.
You're making this gag out of bark.
Well, like a stick or,
Oh, like tying it so he's
yeah.
like,
And
okay,
then I'll take like rope or cloth and then tie it around his head.
Can we quickly just
okay.
ask him if he plans on ratting us out or if he thinks the deal we're giving him is better and he's got
I
no
will
reason?
not trust a goblin to hold to their wood.
Let us not determine the worth of a person by their race.
Okay. What if they just try to kill us? Would that bring dishonesty to that person?
If Niff tried to kill us,
He did.
yeah, but that was previously before we offered him a sweet deal to be part of our gang.
You're
Logical? Don't worry about it. Don't hurt yourself. Remember, small sword, throw at the bad guys when they pop out. All right.
somebody said a big word to me once. I'm trying to remember what it was. I don't remember. It started with a G. I don't remember what it was.
Gregarious?
No. I don't know what that is.
Okay. So can I just talk to Niff real quick and ask if he plans on betraying us or not?
Sure. Uh, how do you do that?
Niff, my boy, we're offering you a great time here, being part of the crew. You understand that, right?
I mean, I understand. I guess I'm part of the group, but you basically made me just kind of like a watchdog for your camp. I didn't plan to be constantly adventuring with you. Is that what?
Well, when we
What
go into towns and stuff, you would have to stay at the camp because you know how people feel about goblins, and we're gonna try
Yeah.
and show how good deeds can show that a goblin is more than just a goblin, but a person.
All goblins are
Make you
goblins.
look good as part of the group here. But for the short term, you would be at camp. However, when we go through this whole area here, you're looting things, and we're selling those things for you. So you're making some coin, right? Remember
We
that.
need to remember, though, that he is part of this group. He's probably had more loyalty for much longer than us.
Do you have greater loyalties to them or to the people that are trying to make you a person, not just another cog in the goblin machine?
We won't kill you if you follow our instructions.
It's more complicated
Yes.
than that, but Niff, can you
Yes.
work with me here? Talk to me. How you
They
feeling?
won't kill you
Um,
if you follow instructions.
right. I mean, I don't want to die, so I'm not going to try to betray you. I mean, frankly, like I said, I led you up the path. I mean, I can go way back where y'all were taking a nap. I mean, I don't, I don't
No,
know.
no, you're showing us the way. We've already established this. However, do you have any reason to have more allegiance to these goblins that we're going to about mess up when we come in here, or more allegiance to us? How you feeling?
Well, you don't seem to know much about goblin folk, right? We don't need to particularly stick with the clan. It's just frankly we find one and whatever suits our needs at the time. This one we're barely making ends meet, and you promised me that I can get some money. So I guess I'm part of your
Yes.
weird goblin group esque thing.
Yes.
Y'all look nothing like me and everybody's species, so I'll be in the back, but I get paid. So that's what I'm
Exactly.
about,
All
and
right.
I live. Yeah.
Perfect. So you have established, Sky, how do you feel about this? That you will not yell out to your previous worse goblin compatriots about what we're doing here, correct?
Right. I don't know how many different times I can tell you it's not going to happen, but even if it did,
I'm
you
just
would have.
trying to
I
get
mean,
it
you
for
would
the
handle
Your
it,
record
life
right?
would end quickly.
in
That's
black
it.
and
That's how
white.
I understood it. Yeah.
All right, cool. Now I don't think the gag is necessary.
One time a caterpillar told me that like you should examine what you see and not what is spoken. So, I mean, there's been more than one lie to cross the lips of a goblin, in my experience. Well, he can sit here and run down and say whatever he likes, but when the time comes, he's going to be a goblin. He's a goblin, right? Like, that is what he does.
All right, Barry, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I was expecting nothing from that, but I did get some good stuff, so I appreciate your input.
Where's
Well, I
Ephraim
mean,
again?
the
He's
space.
off wandering, finding out where the
Just,
goblins are.
I'm interested
So,
in.
Goblins takes
while
my
that
era.
while that conversation's happening, this whole time, uh, I've been looking back at the Shatterkai going,
Should we do perceptions to see if we
Yeah, I was
notice him
just gonna
over
say.
our
hoping,
screen?
I'll go ahead and not roll because I would not be
hoping.
paying attention.
Whoever can see Ephraim, if you want to roll a perception.
I
I guess
Triggle.
I'm all the way back. I can't see crap.
Oh, come on here, you. Come in here. Ah! Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. My
Can you
screen
see me
froze.
gesturing wildly at your character?
I saw what you said. Yes. My screen appears to be frozen. So,
All right, think of a number between 1 and 20.
what I will do is I will flash along the signal to Ragnar and to Sky and whoever is looking in my direction that it
We've already
looks
established
like
Ragnar is not.
there are 3 potential enemies behind the screen of thorns up there.
Well, maybe I missed it, but did I get an answer to the roll for perception?
Like I said, my screen is frozen.
Okay. Let me
Ken, what
I
is
guess
your
just roll it for you.
perception?
I can roll it for him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dirty 20. So yeah, you loud and clear. You quite understand. Assuming Ephraim that you were meaning 3 goblins, he
Mhm.
stood that. So you are also
Are you sure he wasn't putting in his lunch order?
Who are you yelling at?
yeah. Were you yelling that?
No, I was just yelling at the angry god in the sky.
Can't they
Listen, man,
So
you
what
should
do
meet
y'all
the
do?
god of undeath. Very nice.
I don't
Okay.
know
Why
if
don't
I
we
would have
position?
seen. I don't know if I would have seen that.
Well, from Tregol passing it along.
Yeah,
All right.
Oh, okay.
I'm yelling towards
I'm
Ragnar,
not
so
paying
I'll
attention
do
to
a perception check.
What's up, Garrett?
I'm like having this conversation towards Ragnar, so I will do my perception check to see if I'm hearing this.
Okay.
And then I would, if you don't mind, like to see if I can hear him shouting all the way up here. Because if I can hear him shouting from here, I'm going to start making my way back.
I love it. Yeah, go
So yeah,
ahead.
that's a 14.
Yeah, 14. You're trying to interpret Tregol's. Y'all are playing a game of telephone essentially with signaling.
Yeah.
I don't know why I rolled with advantage, but I've got an 18 there.
Yeah, so you do um you can hear Gallon just a little bit, but you notice that like the goblins are kind of uh like one snoring, the other two are kind of talking to each other, faint enough to where you can't really make out what they're saying, but it's loud enough that it seems to be masking Gallon's shout to the gods.
All right, guys, there's
I
something
am.
going on up
I have
ahead.
to tell you guys. I have to tell you guys. I am wildly tempted to just jump in there and take these guys out myself.
Whatever your character would do. So
what happened?
well, I guess
What are you looking at, Gallon?
that depends on am I getting anything back from the Shatterkai? I'm
So
sorry, from Trago. I keep forgetting your name, Ken. I apologize.
Joe,
I signaled to the others, and then I signal back to you with a thumbs up that I understood you, or whatever we would have as a
Sure.
acknowledgement. I try to do it silently. Um, maybe I don't. Okay, but I don't know if these others behind me are paying attention and know what we're doing.
so with my 14, did I understand what Ken was relaying?
Yeah, I would say that this was a good game of telephone. You all are
All right, cool.
understanding each other via signals.
I'm gonna throw a thumbs up to Tragle, and I'm gonna make the
What are you?
motion of 3 towards him.
What are you doing, Gallon?
I'm
What are you
talking
throwing gang signs out?
to Tragle, who's trying to keep on mission here.
Oh, did he say something? As I look back.
Yes,
Bad
and
guys up ahead, 3 of them. We're gonna go up.
I
Only
point
3?
in.
Okay.
I point into the shrubs. I kind of point. Oh no, I can't do that. Can I? Yes, I can. I point that direction.
Okay. Now looking at these trees and shrubbery and stuff, is it super dense or can we like go through?
Good question. I would say it would be difficult terrain, if anything, with probably like your choice of a strength, dexterity, or respective skill like acrobatics check to get in there. It's
All right.
it's tough. It's not going to be
But it'd
as
be
easy as just kind of going over
but it's
regular
not
difficult
impossible.
terrain.
It's
Yeah,
not a thick vine wall of
exactly.
gotcha. All right. Why don't we send I'm gonna point at Barry. I guess Ragnar's going in. Never mind. All right, everybody
No,
go.
if I'm standing here, do I see anything from where I'm standing through the trees or
No. So everything, uh, basically not where Ephraim is near the cave mouth is just basically a thick um thicket of briar. So it's
Oh,
you don't see
we're not
anything
going
past
too
it.
far.
To you, it essentially just looks like a big, you know, never-ending thicket of briar to like the stone cave mouth, basically.
Gotcha. So we're not getting through that way. Okay.
All right. Can I point to Sky and Barry and see if they can go up that way? And then Tragle, myself, and Ragnar will go around the other way to help Ephraim. Is everyone cool with that?
Sure. Do
You
what you
guys can
think.
flank through since you're the more naturey people. Does that make sense? Or is there resistance here? How are we feeling, guys?
Nope.
I
I'm
was
gonna
going to
start.
cross the river.
Okay. Cross the river. Let's all just go up to where Ephraim is and try and not tell everyone where we are.
Yes, I will
You need
try
to be
to
quiet when we
quietly
talk. Yes.
walk up
I
to
will
Ephraim.
say, if at any point I think that they're making enough noise that the goblins seem to take notice, I am just going to jump in there.
Okay, so you're gonna ready a jump and attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to
So
establish that I am
anybody
creeping
that is
forward
moving
with
up
my blowgun.
or choosing to move up, go ahead and roll for stealth.
Stealth, yeah.
Uh-oh. Is that? No, it's not.
16 for Sky.
14 for Ragnar. Oh.
Hippo, what did we get, Hippo?
Yeah.
Because on my screen, it
Hippo
looks
man.
like I rolled a 12, but that must be someone else's roll.
I was wondering why you were like gradually
Yeah,
moving
the
closer
12
to
was
Not
my
what
roll.
we see.
Okay, well, that's a 4. So think Fantasia. Boom, boom, boom,
So yeah, everybody makes it up to Ephraim quietly, except looks like all right, Barry, you're rolling as well. All right, so both are assuming Barry, you're moving up with them as well. As that's
Oh
what you're
no, I'm
rolling
gonna
for
hang
both.
back.
Okay. So I would say if anything for Barry's roll, you didn't make any sort of loud noise. You are, as far as you're aware, hidden. For Gallon, you happen to kind of trip into the bush a little bit to make some noise. So Ephraim, you notice, well, I guess everybody, Ephraim, Ragnar, Trigal, that are like closest, notice that you don't hear the goblins speaking anymore, and you hear kind of like a creaking sound of like the bushes kind of being pushed down as they're like looking up from the wooding slat that's on top, pressed against the bushes, trying to look around. You hear that? You hear that? What do you do?
I'm going to
Can
leap in and tackle one of them, like I said I was going to.
All
Yeah,
right.
can we jump through this like thick here?
Um,
Run around.
I would say if anything, you could, but probably have to roll. I would say you roll an athletics or acrobatics to clear it, because it is tall. It's like, I mean, these thickets are probably about, I don't know, 10 feet high.
All right. Well, in that case, here we go.
But there is
I'll
just
go
a
for it.
reminder. You see like an opening that kind of goes into the.
Yeah.
That's a dirty 20 to leap the briars and try to grab that guy.
All right, so let's go ahead. Who's doing this? Ragnar and Ephraim, basically.
Yep.
Is anybody else jumping in?
And I have.
No, I'm not gonna try to jump.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 13.
All right. Give me 1 second. Just notice that nobody's nameplates are showing. So you both are able to clear the thicket to jump in as a surprise. What are you doing?
Attacking.
Okay, I guess just roll for well, A, which one's your target, but also roll for whatever damage. I guess we'll start with Ephraim first, being that um, you initiated it, and that'll be a surprise round for you two.
All right. So roll an attack. Not great. 7 to hit. Would have been
7
great.
does not hit,
But
unfortunately.
and a yell.
I would say
Wake up, little
because
doggies.
I would say if anything, both of you, because it's a surprise and you successfully jumped over the thicket, I think it's reasonable that you could take that as an advantage.
Okay. I'll just roll.
Advantage,
I'll just
dear.
roll the one
Yes.
die again.
Thank you.
Also, can you all see each other's nameplates now?
Yes, we
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, the
Oh,
other
or
die.
Barry.
The other die was only a 9, so
Oh, bummer. Okay, so you jump over the thicket to go and take a swipe at the sword, but the goblin quickly rolls to the side as you slam into the wooden platform that they're laying on with your sword. Dodges out of the way. Ragnar, go ahead
yep.
for
I'm just
yours.
gonna attack the first one here. As I jump through the bushes, I get a little tiny little cut from one of the twigs, and I go into a frenzy as I rage, and I just say, "Ah, it hurts!" And I'm gonna swing at him. Hold on. That is
'Tis but a
a
flesh wound.
16 to hit.
That does it.
He takes 6 points of piercing damage.
All right, so that was this one, right?
Yep.
Chris, am I correct in seeing that you are dual wielding war picks?
Yes.
Just checking.
All right, so yeah, you take as you um leap over the thicket and take a well-educated slam down with your war pick. You happen to pierce right through the shoulder of a goblin, so far through it goes through the other end and through the wood thicket. As you yank it out, he's in critical, looks like in critical condition, definitely bloodied. Lets out a yelp. Ah! You bastard!
And you
All
guys
right, so now
worry
we're gonna
about
roll for initiative.
Niff.
What?
For those of you that,
Not expecting that.
hold on, let me pull up the turn order
Kyle.
for the screen.
Kyle, you're letting another character bleed over, bro.
Why is my initiative so bad? Always.
oh, I don't want to hear it.
Did you get everyone, or do we have to roll again?
How is he getting 3.16? What? What?
If you go to your character sheet and you turn on the setting to
With this
add
one little
your
hack.
dexterity for tiebreakers, that
Oh,
it will put your dexterity score.
gotcha.
So I mean,
Okay, so it
if
looks
two
like the
people
players
get
are going first.
a dirty 20, then the
Thought
one
your
with the
like
higher
bonus
dexterity
was
will.
like pi or something.
No,
Like,
no.
Nice, it worked out that we just rolled where the players start first, but then it goes player monster, player monster, player monster. Just worked out with all the rolls. Didn't have to change anything. Sorry, I was also
Almost
a
like
little
we know what we're
distracted,
doing.
but I think you answered why you're getting 20 point whatever. Why is
yeah.
that happening?
It's because if you go into your settings for your character sheet and you turn on add dexterity for tiebreakers for initiative, it
Hmm.
will throw your dexterity behind the decimal, and then that way it helps for sorting. So if there's tiebreakers of characters that are on the same base initiative, then it does a secondary sort by your dexterity score.
Ah, okay. That's cool.
That makes
All
much more
right.
sense than when you were explaining it last session,
Yes.
and also the previous time
Yeah,
we did before
honestly.
that. I don't know why I wasn't paying attention, but I get it now.
All right, so with that being said, the surprise round is over with Tregal on runner up, going up with Irk as runner up.
Okay, so I have 30 feet, 5, 10, 15, whoops, 20, 25, and then 30. So I can get there,
Sweet.
which will let me cut off their. So I'm just going to do an unarmed strike. AC 16 for 7
Is it just me or is his mic cutting out?
Just a tad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Okay, that wasn't just me. Okay. So sorry. You were able to hit him.
Okay.
With that, so for 7 damage, you were attacking this guy.
Yeah, attacking this guy.
Ah, okay. So in that case, that was the exact health they had. So how would you like that to look?
I come up and with the side of my hand, I just right into his neck, and you hear his neck snap, and he just falls over and collapses.
Nice.
And then I just sort of, I say, "You are surrounded. Surrender," to the other goblins.
Uh,
And that's my move, my action, and I don't have enough movement to take a bonus action, so I'm done.
okay.
Please, no more captures.
Um, let's see. Nice. Okay, so on to Urk, for which he responds to your mention of surrendering. Urk does not surrender. Snorn, we're gonna have to take them out together. Let's do it. As he goes, he pulls out a scimitar and immediately goes to attack Tregal. And he has multi-attack.
Or you could just not.
Alright, I don't think either of those hit. Oh, both of them sadly hit. It looks like 10 and 12. Your AC is 10? No, I'm looking at your health. Never mind. Sorry. Neither of those hit. You're muted, Ken.
Yeah, neither of those hit. Are you rolling on roll 20? Because I don't see your die rolls coming up.
We won't
Yeah,
see DM.
yeah, we were
Oh,
talking
okay.
about that last time.
He is the
I'd have
mysterious
to.
hidden man.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think the way around that was I had to change each individual character,
That's right.
not
That's
whisper
right.
the rule. So,
Don't worry about it. Okay.
um,
Don't worry
so
about it.
good. I mean, good reminder, if anything, because the whole last session I thought y'all could see my rolls, and I was not going to be calling that roll just then. So yeah, both of them were 10 and 12, both of which miss. So as he's taking quick swipes at you with his scimitar, after you break the neck of the other goblin, drop it, and make that threat, you're quickly dodging out of the way, almost as if you're air. Just get dodging out of the way. So awesome. That would end his turn. Moving on to Barry. Uh, Barry, you are muted.
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do here.
Okay. Oops, I did not mean to.
I will. I guess I'll just make my way across the stream right here.
Okay.
Um, and I will cast guidance onto Sky once again, should you need it. And I'll say, he, oh, he who stays still grows rusty. Be swift, friend. And I put my claws on your shoulder. Um, yeah, and so that's 5, 10, 15, 20. I might move up just a little bit more back over here just to see if I can get some sort of line of sight, but that'll be my turn.
I love Barry's little sayings.
Swift as the leaves falling from the trees. Thank you, brother of nature.
Of
So,
course.
These
Just here to
guys
help.
over here.
Just here to help, bro. Chacha.
I don't think leaves fall that fast. I'm not gonna lie.
all right. So,
Your brother ET.
on to Ragnar Iron Fist.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack the guy right in front of me. That is, oh god, an 11 to hit.
Bummer. That does not hit. So, despite being brutally injured, he just manages to have dumb luck and dodges out of the way as you take a swipe with your war pick.
Bonus action. I'm gonna use my other war pick to take swipe at him with that one. I gotta roll this a little bit differently. Hold on. So that's a 18 to hit on that second one.
Well, if I remember correctly,
Is it the modifier to your damage or to the bonus to hits that you don't get with two weapon fighting? Because I don't remember which one.
I think
you
Reed
definitely need to
was-
take a feat. I forget what it is, but then
I
it'll give
have a
the
feat.
modifier to the second one.
Right, but is the
I think it's gonna be
modifier
later
the two hit or is it the damage or is it both?
to
I
hit.
don't remember. Oh, it's two hit. So the modifier to damage stays.
Um, that's something we can double check, but this
Because
I
it's
don't know
not
why, but
very clear with two weapon fighting.
17
yeah,
is
honestly,
good
they made
now.
it so hard to like make it the opportunity for somebody to be a dual wielder in this game.
Oh
There's
no,
like
it says
it's
you
confusing.
take an extra attack. Well, you don't add your ability modifier to the extra attack's damage unless the modifier is negative. So it's not the two hit, it's the damage itself.
Hmm. Okay. And this is what the dual wielder feat you're looking at?
That's just two
Yes.
weapon fighting.
Two
You
weapon
would just
fighting.
add your regular modifier to hit.
Yeah. And then the damage is just a straight
Straight.
DA roll.
Yep.
Okay. So you um rolled a 13. Is that what you're rolling when the
18
1d20 was?
plus 5. I can't roll it on here because I have that thing that adds the damage automatically. I didn't know which one I'm not supposed to use. So 18 to hit is to hit.
Ah, okay. You also can, if you wanted to later go in there, or you can even do it now, but just check off the use the gear cog and just check off proficient, I think. That'll take
Oh, I
off
see.
the modifier. What in
Okay.
this but anyway, so 18 does hit.
Okay. He's gonna take 2 points of damage, but I'm raging, so it's is it adding an extra two? Yeah, 4 damage or 4 piercing damage.
All right, well that was 4 times the amount of damage you needed. So how would you like to do this?
Nice.
I miss with my first one, and then I just take my second one and just plunge it straight into his eye socket.
All right.
And I look
Oh,
up at the guy in front that's like behind, or I guess the only guy alive now, and said, "Just wait your turn. You'll be next."
Yeah, as you go and slam the war pick into his skull and slam him onto the ground, it does catch the attention of the other goblin that he just kind of sitting there like enraged, like I'm gonna get you. Ah!"
and I'll just move up behind, in between, or behind him, I guess, and that's where I'll end my turn.
And unless y'all roll terribly, I don't think he's even gonna get a turn. All right, Gallon, you are up.
Okay, so am I correct in assuming that Baldur's Gate does some things that are correct in that I can jump 15 feet and then run that additional 15 that I have for my 30?
Yeah, running, or excuse me, jumping from what I recall is double movement, or not double movement.
It's half the movement. So
Half
if
the
my
movement.
if my movement is 30, I can jump 15
Yes.
and then continue.
Uh, yeah. Well, assuming you had any left over, right? So if you had, I don't know, let's say you had 30 in total, you're jumping 5 feet. That's 10 movement costs. So you have 20 more feet to go. Then you can continue.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm just gonna plow through all these trees. I don't care. So you said it's difficult, so I've got 15 feet. That's all I get.
Um,
Or can I jump 10 feet and then I have another 20 to go, but I jump 5 feet into the bushes? I'm trying to get as far as possible through this BS.
yeah. I would say, hold on a second. I would say realistically, like unless you think like your character would just take the jump, um,
Yeah, that's
you're
unlikely.
not sure how far it's really gonna be. So I would say it
All
would
right, I'm
probably be
just
a
gonna
harder
charge
roll.
in there then.
But if you charge in, if anything, I just like the idea of the hippo just charging in. Go ahead and just do an advantage
Yeah.
for athletics. Um, or
Or
strength.
acrobatics.
Yeah, if you want. That works too.
The acrobatic hippopotamus.
That is a 15.
That is exactly what I was looking for. Um, so what are you doing? Like a front flip into a
No,
run
no,
into
I'm
that
just
with
gonna
acrobatics?
like barrel through using brute, like taking hits while also like dodging around bit trees or bushes that are too big to plow through, and just trying to get to the other side of however deep this thing is.
All right. Also, I keep forgetting to, well, I say keep forgetting. We've only had one other session, but to award inspiration, GM inspiration. So I'd say just because I feel like that's a fitting option for a hippo to do to just
A
decide to well,
gladiator
excuse
hippo.
me, a GIF gladiator. Um, to do, I'm gonna give you that inspiration. So the way for everybody, I guess, watching, the way we do our inspiration is just like any other, how they achieve it and how they use it. However, we popcorn it. So once Garrett or Gallon uses his inspiration, he can choose one of the other players to assign it to, and it just kind of bounces around throughout the session and resets each session.
So clarifying question: how
Mhm.
far do I get? Because I have 30 movement.
Uh, well, it's difficult terrain. So if you're charging through it,
Realistically, with 15 feet, I would only get like halfway through the bushes. So can I use my inspiration to just pop out the other side?
so the inspiration is just going to, unless we want to,
I don't know.
discuss
I'm
offline,
trying.
is just more
I'm grasping at
modifying the
straws
roll.
here, or I'm just
Yeah.
in the trees somewhere.
Um,
Dash is an
I do have
option.
a question.
yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good
dash
point.
is an
Dash is
option.
also an option.
If I get that 15 feet into the trees, can I at least see to shoot a ranged weapon?
That's a good point. I would say at that point you would only have, you can see through the bushes
That's
that
what I do.
I would say if anything, it would probably be still at a disadvantage.
That's fine
Or
as long
excuse
if
me,
I can assist in
they'll be
some.
more at half. Instead of disadvantage, I'll put it as they have 3/4 cover.
Gotcha. Okay, so since I'm here and I busted through as much foliage as possible. I'm just going to shoot my blow dart gun at All right, that is an 18, but you have him at 3/4 cover. So what happens?
Yeah, so he has +5 to his AC. So unfortunately, that does not hit.
Oh, but I can use my inspiration. That I can use it for.
If you'd like, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a D4.
No, that's Bardic Inspiration. So, well,
What's regular?
I don't know. I guess we probably should have discussed this, but usually the way I'm pretty sure how it's normally
It's a
played, but how
D20.
I play is yeah, you can
Oh, just a
re-roll
reroll.
a D20. Yeah.
Yep.
Bardic Inspiration gives you the +4
Modifier. Yeah.
So now it is a 21 to hit.
let's see. That does hit. Yeah.
Yeah. So for a whole 3 piercing damage.
Let's see if yeah, 3 piercing damage. Hey, I mean, like you said, it's nice that
Something
it's
better than
always
nothing.
guaranteed.
I mean,
It
I had
is
no way
damage.
to get over there
I just
otherwise.
minus the wrong
So it was
percentage.
plow through or just sit here and twiddle my thumbs. So I believe that's all I can do for my turn. So I will end my turn.
Okay.
Oh, and I guess since Ragnar's closest, I'll send him the inspiration.
All right. So y'all should be able, I could be wrong, to modify like your icons and stuff. So as you, I guess, pass it on, just feel free to remove it from your portrait and put it on the other. All right. So on to Sky Spirit Flight.
I am
You have
going
guidance
to
as well.
run into the entrance of the cave mouth,
Okay.
turn my body, and loose an arrow at the remaining goblin.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Did it not? Doesn't want to. There it goes. Dirty 20
Dirty 20 hits.
for 9 points of piercing damage.
Ding. Damn, boy. Damn, boy. All right. So, as he's going, he's like looking around trying to see where the next hit's coming from between the monk and barbarian with war picks. He goes to turn towards the monk a little bit more, thinking he's going to be up next to take the swing, as an arrow just flies in from the scene, stabbing him in his stomach, and he appears to be uh, pretty badly wounded, but not bloodied per se. Alright, and does that end your turn? Oh, where did he go?
He
I'm gonna
vanished
assume
into
it
thin
does.
air.
Yeah. If anything, we can
Disappeared
just
into the
kind of
trees
backtrack
too.
if he comes back. So on to Ephraim.
Ranger vanish.
All right. I'm gonna step up on this wooden platform right here and stab that guy. Uh,
Okay.
anything I need to do to go there?
Um, no, if anything, I would say walking over the goblins probably would be like difficult terrain, but I would say going out from them, because you're stepping
Okay.
over their corpses on a wobbly wood thing pressed up against bushes.
Yep. I mean, I'm not planning to go anywhere else. I'm just
Yeah,
stepping in there. So I can,
yeah, just
and
like you
now
did.
I will get my sneak attack because I got an adjacent ally, right? And go ahead and roll that.
Joe, are you doing? Do you do flanking?
That's a valid question. Yeah, I do have my tables when I have actual like tokens to quite literally show if they're facing backwards, but I would say no for our game. Just because I'm not going to be like spinning the characters what direction they're going. A good question. So 18 does hit. So that was for 4 or 5 damage total. Nice. All right. Oops. All right. So yeah, he gets almost immediately after getting shot by an arrow. He goes to try to like look towards where it's coming from just to get stabbed again, or not stabbed again, but attacked again by your short sword, making him look like he's in a critical state, like he's barely hanging on. And do you want to move at all, or you said that was?
Yeah, nope. I am up here on this wobbly wooden platform, ready to stab again if necessary.
All right, so on to Trigal.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to attack with my unarmed strike again, and then we'll see if I need to sneak attack or bonus action attack. Well, apparently that's an armor class 8, and
Yeah,
with martial arts, I can bonus action do another unarmed strike. AC 21 for an additional 4 points of damage.
nice. So that was exactly the health he had left.
Yeah,
How
get
would you like that
him.
to look?
Let's go.
Okay, this one I chop with one hand and he dives out of the way, and then I punch with the other hand right into his nose, and you hear that goblin nose just sort of crunch. And with the heel of my hand, I just shove his nose up into his brain cavity.
Yeah,
And
Nicolas Cage and Con Air.
Dang.
Yeah.
his eyes just sort of go wide and he falls over.
Hell yeah. Fatality.
Good job, Ken. Nice
On
job.
that note, we are now out of combat.
Can someone help me
How
out of
does
these bushes? Well,
I will climb down from this wobbly wooden
That
platform.
was a good warm up.
how unnecessary.
I
We're the only
love
ones who
that.
can hear that.
Yeah, well, it's not on the stream, right? Okay. Yeah, for all of y'all, we're worried about music right now and what we're playing for sounds and everything. And probably by next session we'll have a little bit more creativity in that space. But it's a sketchy time streaming with
But we
stuff
had
like
the
that.
victory music from
Final Fantasy
Final
7. I
Fantasy
think
and stuff.
most any Final Fantasy. I know at least from 7 is where I pulled it from. But yeah. So congrats y'all for taking out the scouts. I will say we typically do break right around 9, I think, if I'm correct. So I mean that's 10 minutes away. We can do that now and just continue at 9.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to
Sounds good to me.
do it at this point.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess on
Yeah,
that note,
sounds good.
everybody, including those watching, feel free to take a bio break. We're going to take a about a 10-15 minute break. Just keep an eye out. welcome back everyone to our second session of Phandelver and Below with Oops, It's All DMs from the DMs with Adventures on Tap. Um, we are going to dive back into our adventure that we're playing tonight. However, just before we get into it, just want to quickly spotlight our stream charity, which is Child's Play. If you're not familiar with Child's Play, they are a local charity here around the Orlando area that specifically delivers therapeutic games and technologies to various children's hospitals within the area. So we're in big support of them. They do some awesome work. So if you'd like, we do now have a donation link that will vet directly to them there on the stream. So we would greatly help that you support them because we love supporting them as well. But without further ado, go ahead and dive back into our adventure. So the players ended up making their way towards the hideout, discovered there were some hidden guards per se before the cave mouth of the presumed hideout, and they have taken them out. So we are jumping out of combat now to then ask, what would y'all like to do?
I look over at Galan and I say, "Where is Niff?"
Niff's at the back. I assume he didn't want to be part of the combat, and I'll just shout over to him, Niff!
Keep your voice down. We don't know if there's
Oh,
others.
wonderful. Now
Apologies.
everybody in the
Niff.
cave knows that we are
Yeah,
here.
all of a sudden you hear a bunch of shouting
Yeah,
from the cave
yeah,
as an
yeah,
army of.
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I think the fighting would have brought some people out if they were in range of hearing us.
Mhm.
Because I yelled.
So are you gonna shout for him, or are you
Yeah, I'm just
gonna?
going to shout for Niff to come join us.
Okay.
And for that matter, where is Barry? I don't see him. Is he okay?
He's
Oh, I'm right here,
on
bro.
Very.
his way.
Oh,
Ah, very
Does
Oh
good.
it?
yeah, just hanging out back here, watching you guys, beat and smash things, and
For the sake of
that's it.
less overlap, we'll just assume the three dead goblins are still there, but I'm gonna move them off the map so we don't have all these words plastered across that small area.
Is this
While
Are we going to
Cliff?
sort through their crap, just find anything useful?
I don't know. Are you?
I'd like to. Once I emerge from the bushes.
Sure.
And
while the
while we're
others loot, I will examine their manner of death, particularly paying attention to the expression on their faces.
is this
what?
cliff face climbable?
Uh, yeah, I would say it's climbable. You don't see a clear, I don't know, end to how high it's going. It's not a mountain, but it seems to round off enough to where from your position you can't see it.
Ephraim, I can't imagine that the goblins would have built up. Maybe we go inside.
I just want to scope out the area. That's all. I'll be right
Okay.
back down.
All right, so first we'll go with the looting. Um, y'all kind of pat down, look through each of the goblins. The two goblins that were presumed subordinates to the other guy that named himself I already forgot. Irk. They each have what appear to be like light leather armor, um, and each having a scimitar and a short bow. The Irk fellow has a scimitar as well as a couple javelins and a chain shirt and shield.
All right. I'd like to at least grab the weapons, and then a motion for Niff to come over and grab anything else he wants to grab, like the chain shirt, anything that might be of value for him to sell in town. I want to show him instant results.
Okay. So by weapons, you mean taking the 3 scimitars?
Yeah, the scimitars and the javelins, but he can sell the clothing and whatever.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and add those to your inventory. So that was 3 scimitars, um, I would say 3 javelins as well. There was a short bow. Um,
I don't need the short bow. Does anyone else need a short bow?
Ragnar, that may be useful for you.
Since you don't have anything ranged.
I don't know how
Uh,
to use a bow.
I can use a short bow, but I don't have one.
I don't know how to use a bow. Here you go. Drago,
Okay.
you take this. I can't use this.
All right.
I literally don't know how to use it.
You had 3 scimitars and
There's
3
too many
javelins.
parts to this thing.
yeah, 3 scimitars, 3 javelins.
Do I hold it like this, and I hold the wood part in front of me and the string part in behind like this? Is this how you use this thing? No, it
Do
just
not
doesn't
point
make
that at
sense.
yourself.
Here,
No, 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 no. That is
I feel
not
like you're
how
doing
one
this on
holds.
purpose now.
no,
I feel like you
don't know
know
what
and
this
you're
is.
just messing with us.
No, I don't use these things. Trigal, you take this. You would probably be beneficial to using this. I would not.
How does
I
this
have
world train
I
their
have a
warriors?
small sword to throw at people as I pull out the dagger. I have a small sword to throw.
Can I hand him a javelin and take away the dagger?
Oh, now you've given me a
You-
small sword on a very large wooden stick.
Yes. And then you throw the stick and the sword sticks into bad people.
I think this would be easier to throw. We will see
Go
when
for
the
it.
time comes.
Trial and error.
All right, so sorry, I'm writing down. Niff.
Yes, Joe, please keep track of all of the items that Niff is holding so we know how much they're worth in gold, and then as well
Exactly.
as what I have, what Chris has, but what he gave to
Oh, for those, that's all on you.
Tragle,
Forget
and then
that. Get out of here.
what Chris then got because I gave him the javelin but took back the knife. Keep track of all this.
Also, can you let me know how many arrows I have left?
Yeah. You guys, I've been keeping track of all of this, so you'll be excited to know.
Good.
No.
Perfect.
And then for Tregol, go ahead and roll for an investigation.
Okay. Investigation.
There we go.
19.
All right. So you you observe that from each of the goblins, the point of the what felled them was pretty obvious. Their expressions are very much the same expression almost as their last moment of life. But you take note of this in your journal, presumably.
Yes.
So I will.
The Shatterkai pulls out a small book that is bound with a leather cord. He opens it up, and with a quill, he just jots down some notes while he's looking at the faces of the dead goblins, and then he closes it back up and puts it back in an inner pocket of his gi or whatever it is he's wearing.
Okay. And if anything, I guess I'll make note of these occurrences and I don't know, build up a like a handout journal or something for you where I'll put, depending on your role, what you've kind of learned from them.
Okay.
But to kind of vocalize it per se is that one or the two seem to be of a common goblin, that you've already seen, that were like on the ambush trail. The other one seems to be the one that kind of took lead. It seems to be of like a stronger stock. So he seems to be a little bit more healthier, a little bit more burly. So it was a little harder to pierce his skin, a lot more agile. Hint, hint, he just has a higher AC than them, is what I'm
Mm-hmm.
implying. Yeah. So yeah.
All
And
right.
then moving on to Ephraim, you are climbing the rocks, is what you were planning to do, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How are you going about climbing them, and what are you looking for?
I'm just looking for a high perch to get a good look around the area, get the lay of the land. So anywhere that I looks like I could probably get up to and spend a few minutes surveying.
Okay.
Um, and I don't have a climber's kit or anything like that, so I'm literally just, if I can scramble up the rocks, I will. If I can't, well, too bad for me.
Yeah. I would say it's definitely not easy, but it's also not difficult. So it's manageable to get to a certain point where um you can kind of sit down and peek out to view the landscape, the horizon, um, the tableau in front of you. You don't notice anything other than seeing how the path that you kind of came through, how it winds, uh, but you don't see like looking towards the crest of what you've climbed on top of, like any sort of, I don't know, goblin interaction. It seems that they're exclusively within the cave.
Okay, I will make my way back down. Let everybody know it looks clear out here.
All right, sweet. So what are y'all doing now?
I have a
Well-
feeling that with these as the initial gods, we're only going to be facing more burdened individuals in this cavern. We should stick as a group to ensure that we are all properly containing the threats that we face.
Well, I wasn't planning on going in one at a time, so
Well, you did run away from the group when we were caught.
I only shut up.
So you do not deny that what I was saying was a correct statement. Thank you for acknowledging that.
I didn't say that.
But what you didn't say spoke volumes.
That doesn't make
Whoa.
sense.
This guy
Because if I didn't say it,
sucks.
it can't speak volumes. Because I didn't say it.
Understand that. Never mind.
Y'all, are we gonna have an arm wrestling contest?
I would love that.
I'd be
That's
into
how we
that.
settle things back on the ranch.
I feel as though other contests may be more enjoyable in other contexts.
Like, how hard can we hit each other with a stick? That
No,
would be fun.
That one sounds good as well. I'm okay with that.
I disagree.
And we have to hit each other in the head. Because if you don't have a strong head, you're just going to get knocked out.
I once
By
saw a
anybody.
contest like this where once someone smacked the other guy in the head so hard with a stick, his eye popped.
Now that sounds like a fun game. No,
I have a
no one?
feeling you have had many concussions in your life.
I don't know what that
A
is.
strong
That's too big of a
assumption of
word.
yours.
So who all wants to go down this hole with me?
Well, I will go with you.
Yeah. Let's go.
Definitely not run
Niff,
ahead.
Any
I shall move ahead as well.
any traps we should know about on the way down this
yeah.
hall here? Are we good?
I'll keep an eye out.
Oh, yeah. Wise Adventurer said that the path is made by walking. So, oh, maybe we should partake in that activity.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
All
Order,
right.
order yourselves how you prefer.
Sky will
I
stick
guess
to
I'm
the
gonna
back.
sneak ahead and look for traps.
Barry has pretty good perception, so I can help
Why are you inside of me?
trap something.
What?
Trap you.
I was trying to go more forward, but
Dynamic lighting definitely makes things easier. This revealing fog thing.
Who's inside
It
of
should
me?
be like a brush where you just like kind of swipe around instead of having to draw squares to remove
Yeah.
fog more.
Yeah.
Anyways, as
Me
you
and Ephraim
enter,
are just side to side against the wall.
I just
Excuse
I thought
just hugging each
Ragnarok was
other.
jumping on my back. I was like,
Right,
all
just
right,
you're
slow
I can
dancing
carry.
like a middle school, just holding each other's hips, sliding sideways.
single file.
We ain't had nothing like that back on the ranch.
Make sure you leave room for Tregol's guard.
BS. You definitely dance with some sheep. I'm telling you right now.
Anyways,
yeah, but the sheep-
when y'all enter the
sheep smell-
cave mouth,
The sheep
you
smell better
find
than him.
was that?
Sorry, I said yeah, but the sheep smelled better than him. Sorry.
Is
Oh
Niff
god, I
coming
almost
with
spilled
us?
my beer everywhere.
Uh, Niff insists on not traversing with you all.
Niff,
Okay.
just stay at the back. Stay between Sky and Barry. That way you can keep you protected.
Yes, yes.
But we're gonna need your knowledge on the interior of this place.
That's great.
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't make my way up here that much. We just sleep in the bushes, past the,
Then
as
go to
people go
sleep.
up.
Maybe the long sleep?
Are you gonna cast sleep on him, or are you gonna kill him?
I can as I pull my drawstring back.
I will slice
Oh,
your bowstring in half.
I mean, if you really want me to follow you that bad to tell you about a place I don't know, I
Well,
will.
no, I was
There's
saying,
no way, Niff. You've
You
never
can-
been inside this place.
you can rest now.
Do you think I'm high up? You think they just keep the people out there, by the front of the road ambushing that where the highest ranks?
Are you suggesting that they have never let you inside the cave of the group you belong to?
Right, I mean, I get where you're going with it. I'm fairly new to this whole Cragmaw thing. I'm a nomad. I joined this group only a couple months ago. They told me, hey, you like being outside? Why don't you stay in the ambush party? So I mean, it's not that I don't know they weren't letting me in here. I just never chose to come.
Okay. Niff, can you just guard the entrance then? If
Why?
you have
Why do you
no-
keep calling me Niff? I don't really. It's Nip Frickle.
Yes, it is Nib Frickle. But if you listen, Niff makes sense.
Yes, 5 foot undus makes sense.
Listen, Niff.
Okay.
This is your name. If you're going to be part of this group, your name is Niff. You understand?
I think we both have very different understandings of what we discuss. I don't think I'm part of your group. I mean, I'm a goblin. I frankly don't want to be hanging out with y'all.
I'm going to be
I'll
very
help you.
clear.
Very well.
Stop talking.
Nib
No.
Frickle, you need to wait out here while we deal with these Cragmines.
Fancy word for a cragmaw.
Didn't
Yeah.
you just say that, Niff?
No, I
And-
say
and-
we are cragmaw goblins, not crag. Whatever he said.
Real quick,
Cragmawlands.
is this only a camp of goblins?
I mean, we have a couple of bugbears and hobgoblins, of course, in our ranks.
Well,
And
that
they're
is what we
usually
wanted
leading.
to hear, and thank you.
Right.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
will say
whisper
what
to
I
Sky
heard
when I
is
kill him.
say that. Why do you guys want to kill me so bad? If you want to kill
I-
me, just kill me.
No one
You're right, or
wants
let me
to kill
go. I thought
You're
I was
not
supposed to go, and
understanding.
you keep carrying me
We
with
want
you because we made a
information
negotiation.
on the area we're entering. The understanding was that you had information on this area. I will kill you myself if you do not have information that we need.
Well,
I
I
call
mean,
dibs.
I had told y'all I can help you down the path where there's traps. I helped you. You didn't hit any traps. I mean, technically, I made my end of the bargain. And
Real quick,
now you
Joe.
should keep yours to keep me alive, right? Either that or I could just, I guess, yell right now.
You've made the best choices that you can make right now. Now, let's make a good choice. You've given us information about your group. That is what is essential to us in this moment of time. Thank you. And let us deal with your former friends.
All right.
Joe, I have a
Sounds good
quick
to me.
question.
Say what?
The path we navigated to get here would have had traps, except we had Niff with us, and so he took care of them and we didn't get trapped?
Correct.
Okay. So he has already proved useful to us.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Niff.
I
I'm
mean,
a level with
granted,
you.
with the part of the deal, where he would watch over your camp for, being able to steal stuff and sell it.
That's cool. So because us going up the path we didn't have to like, oh, there's a trap here and Niff told you about it. So that didn't happen. So I was very aggro a second ago. And so Niff has
Does that mean you're
proven
mad? What
I-
was aggro?
I was mad, but now I understand that you have proved your usefulness to us. So if you would just guard this entrance, we're going to go in. If any of other goblins or anyone tries to come through here, give a yell. We'll send someone quick to save you. Maybe run in after us. We'll come get you. But you don't have to go in and follow us. That's cool. You don't have any information on the inside. Protect the outside. Let us know if anyone's coming in. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah.
Cool.
It seems good to me.
Let's
Yeah.
go in.
He's gonna leave as soon as we walk away. All right, let's go.
So he goes and just lays on the
Yeah, we're gonna go in, leave
on
Niff
the
outside.
wood pallet.
With the dead bodies.
With the next to the right. I forgot about that. Yeah, next to the dead body.
Just
No, he's munching on one of their arms.
Nice.
Oh, I
Good
forgot.
goblin.
We got free food, man. This is the greatest group ever. You
There you
feed me.
go.
You let me steal
You
and
have
sell
free
stuff.
food.
Yeah. Meat's back on the menu, boys.
You didn't have to. I just want to let you know. You didn't have.
what? I've heard of this before. There's a primo dish that I've heard called Goblin Slop. I've been meaning to try it. Niff, you wouldn't have any insight into that now, would you?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's all we eat. If in terms of if we not eating our brethren
Well, do
or
you
other
put
people.
you put that in there, or is it just like whatever you can find, or is
I'd say top secret recipe, my friend, and as long as you keep me alive and keep me with you like we planned, I'll tell you how to make it.
All right, so we're gonna leave our buddy out here. Keep him alive. I need that recipe. Okay, it's very, very important, my friends. Uh, it's for research. So yeah, okay.
No, okay. I I don't know about your research, but okay.
Don't worry, don't worry. I got you, bro.
If I remember
Alright,
correctly,
You seem
Tragle was
really
asking
upfront
about
this.
goblin-based treats anyway. So it's good that Barry is making an initiative to figure out how to use the goblins usefully so that Tragle can try the dishes he has wanted to try.
Well, there's no need to let fine ingredients go to waste when they present themselves, is all I'm saying. It's the way of nature.
Exactly. All right, let's go in and kill some goblins.
Yeah, have I found anything up here ahead?
And bugbears
Trap!
Well, first let me
and
like lay the
hobgoblins.
scene of this cave mouth, because we immediately pop back outside. But um, and feel free if you want to
How
continue
many
down that
sessions
stream.
is this supposed to be?
The, I mean, in general, for any game,
I,
is there ever accuracy?
I feel
But I
like we
would
should have
say I
gotten through
think
the
this
cave
would.
in the first session.
Yeah, I think we would have already been at least halfway through the cave and ending this session probably in general, with this cave being done, but I don't foresee us getting through more than 2 rooms. Anyways, as you enter, so as I've kind of revealed there, is it goes back about 20 feet straight, the river that's coming out of the cave mouth. And as you enter the cave mouth, a few uneven stone steps ascend to your right to a small dank chamber, uh, opening from the passage. The cave narrows to a steep fissure at the far end and is filled with the stench of animals. It appears to be some sort of kennel. 3 chains lie across the ground with fractured, thick steel collars. Each chain leads to an iron rod driven into the base of a stalagmite. 3 quadrupedal skeletons lay in various points of the room. So assuming you would want to go into that room, this is what I was describing. Oh, I have the selection tool open again. This revealing tool is
Oh,
annoying. Is
that's better.
annoying. There we go. So there's that to the left, and then you also see a little, well, at least for F-frame, but also y'all a little to the right, further up about 10 feet, another passage opens up, and it appears to be sloping upward, with the river continuing to bend around the right side.
And
What
these
do
are
you do?
dead bodies next to us.
They appear to be just a four-legged animal of some sort, but skeletons. But uh, they don't look old. They look like they were kind of like
Can
freshly killed and picked clean.
with my dark vision, can I see enough from the base of these stairs to maybe get an investigation check on this one, or would I need to get closer to him?
Um, no, I would say that seems reasonable to go ahead and just
Seems
roll
like
it.
Barry's going in anyway.
Okay. Well, I just want to see
Are you
if
doing
it.
anything particular?
Yeah, I'm gonna go and investigate, but Ken, you can go ahead and.
Okay. Uh, Coming from the Shadowfell, does it strike me with a 13 as being possibly undead, or does it just look dead?
You are confident that it doesn't appear like they're undead.
Okay.
That they are simply dead. Um, I would say 13. You can tell, and you rolled twice, so I'm guessing that's for advantage. If
Oh
anything.
no, I meant to only click it once. Sorry.
Oh, so we're going off 19 then,
Okay, yeah.
right? Because yeah, that went first. Which is way
Was
better.
was that me? Oh, okay, I guess that was me. Yeah.
So you're able to tell that it looks from your previous like journaling of death and since you've been on this plane, um, it seems to mirror a scene as if these large four-legged beasts were a meal to something larger, that bones were left behind because it didn't want to be ingested, or ingest the bones. But you also, in glancing that over, remembering that fact, you also see slight shimmers of um, just straight lines going across the room in various areas, but patched against the wall and the skeletons as well. So hint, hint. I made that way too obscure, but webbing.
Okay. Okay. I yes,
That
I
changes.
will mention that to Barry. I will say, Barry, something ate them, and I think that something had webs. Be careful.
All right. I think I've seen everything I need to.
Can
Yeah.
I look up towards the ceiling to see if I can see anything? I have 60 feet of dark vision. I believe it's 60 feet as an elf.
Yeah, so as you look up, oh my gosh, what layer is this token on?
Yeah, 60 feet.
Oh, I see what's going on there. So as you look up, you see nestled in the back corner, up on the ceiling, a gigantic arachnid
Kill it!
is resting against the wall. It doesn't seem to have noticed y'all, unless Gallon, you were screaming that.
No, Tragle is the one who noticed it, so I imagine me in the hallway have not noticed this yet.
I
Good
will
point.
reach out and touch Barry on the shoulder, and then I will point, because I don't know if turtles have dark vision or not. I will point to my eyes. I will point up there, and then if he doesn't seem to notice anything, I'll put 2 fingers up to my mouth and do like this.
I'm just gonna slowly back out, having seen this.
And then I will turn to the others and I will say, giant spider up on the ceiling, far corner of the room.
In my vast experience, I think we should not mess with that.
Okay, so do you all gradually back out, make your way up? I guess Ephraim, are you with the group, or are you
Should
still a
continue
little
with
further
Ephraim.
up?
Well, yeah, so the way the map was set up, I completely missed that there was a door there in the first place. So yeah, I'm investigating that alcove a little bit further up.
Hmm. Okay, to the left or right?
Yeah, the one to the left.
Okay, hold on, give me 1 second.
Because the water's coming from the right, right?
Yes. Mm,
Should we follow the river like Ephraim?
We should, at the
sorry.
very least, not go in that room.
So,
What you doing,
let me
bud?
reveal this area for you. So you see a sloped passage working its way up to another hall that's splitting to the left and right. The main passage from this cave kind of builds into this mouth, climbing steeply upward. Upward. So what do you do?
And then the passage to the right. Does I do have dark vision, so how far down there can I see? Like, does it seem to be just more water, or
Sorry, to the right.
yeah?
How far is your dark vision?
I want to say 60. I could be wrong about that.
I wish I can just do
60.
angled
Yeah,
reveals.
you can see.
It's
You
a
can see in
grid for a reason, ungrateful.
Yeah, so you trying to do this piece by piece.
Yeah,
So you
understandable.
see, it does continue to go around a bend. However, you do see a like a bridge spanning across about 15 feet or so above.
Okay.
And also, let me see.
So I'm gonna look up that passageway, look over at that bridge, do a little mental calculation. Okay. And when the rest of the party decides to join me, I'd like to encourage them to go up the passageway,
Okay, up to the left or right?
up to the
Sorry.
left.
Okay. So what is your passive perception? You were 16.
16.
Um, also being that you were like looking down, you do see a like a goblin, kind of peeking. He doesn't seem to notice you yet, but he is kind of like um standing post there. Oh, this is not even on the token layer. Sorry. What goblin? Okay. So you make your way to the left though, despite that.
Well, okay, so having seen the goblin, I think I need to wait for my rest of my party to show up here for sure. But whenever they start heading this way, I'll shush them. I don't know. There's a guard up there.
Where should we go?
Up this passageway. Quiet.
I am.
Are you?
Sorry, so y'all are deciding to go up the left?
Yeah.
Yep.
To the left. To the left.
All right, so
Head
it
up
is
here
steep
and
enough to
quiet.
where if you do choose to go up, um, it's an extra, just assuming something happens, an extra 5 feet of movement, so difficult terrain. Um, Also, go ahead and roll perception for those that do go up there.
And DM, I am going to stay here and keep an eye on this spider and make sure it doesn't move as my companions pass by this entry.
Okay,
19.
awesome.
We are perceiving everything.
So I'm
Got a
gonna
21.
temporarily move you. Um, Wait, did I pull that on the? All right, so as you're making your way up, there is like a kind of like a little ledge just at eye level that each of you notice as you're walking by a large snake perched on top of it. And I know
Kill it.
y'all are already past it, but are y'all choosing to continue forward, attack it, or go somewhere else? What is y'all's plan?
I mean, as long as it doesn't seem hostile, I'm willing to step around it. If it starts,
Uh,
shaking or weaving at me, that's a different story. Is it passive? Is it laying there asleep or?
That's a good point. It does appear to notice you all walking up and getting gradually more aggressive looking, like hissing with the rattling of a tail.
How big of a snake is it?
Uh, it's a giant.
I reckon you can wrestle that doggy.
It is as big as you. It's massive,
Okay.
like an
Okay.
anaconda, I guess.
Okay. So I'm not
That thing
gonna.
killed
I,
J
I
Lo.
I was thinking if it was a smaller snake, I'd take a bag and just
No,
sweep it up. But yeah, no.
I would say, I mean, it would probably be roughly, I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe
no.
like
If
10
it's
feet long, like probably about, I
yeah,
don't know,
yeah,
half a foot thick in
too
diameter.
big for that plan. So I think I'm gonna have to wrestle it.
Wrestle it. Okay. Being that you noticed it first.
I'm gonna. Can I like look at it and say like, easy, easy, fella. We're not coming in to cause any kind of problems. And I'm just trying to like convey a sense of calm.
Yeah. Do you have any sort of I forget what it's called. Speak to beasts or
Animal hand.
Well, I
calm
could either.
beast or anything like that?
I have animal handling. Maybe I could do that, or
I also have animal handling, but I was planning to use it in a different way.
yeah, you're gonna
Ride the
wrangle
snake.
it.
Yee! Yeah, I mean you can go ahead and roll animal handling um for that. Yeah, to
Okay,
try to calm it down.
yeah. I don't want to use a spell slot if I don't need to.
Yeah, yeah, this is good. You calm it down. That'll make it nice and easy for me to get it in a snake lock.
Okay.
You see it kind of like weave lower to like almost seem like it is cautious that and it won't budge, but then it kind of takes a quick little snap. Doesn't seem to attack, but more so threatening to um, bite and attack if provoked further.
All right. Well, I'm gonna look back and say, all right. There's a there's a snake up here. Super chill with it. Don't make eye contact. Crawl low. Okay?
That sounds wonderful.
Sky?
Well,
I will
Gallon,
find
we
another way.
good?
while
Okay.
while he's
What could go
turned
wrong
around,
with this?
while he's turned around talking to them, I'm looking it directly in the eye and sizing it up so I can go for a takedown.
Okay, so you're gonna try to wrestle it.
Uh huh.
Okay. I will leave that as a blank check uh, that you can roll for. Go ahead and pick a skill and rationalize the use for the skill.
Well, I mean, there's nothing that says animal handling like putting my hands on an animal.
That's a very valid point. I feel like oftentimes I roll that as like calming animals, like Ferg did, but not literally handling them. So
Well,
that
I'm
was
just I'm going to try to subdue it, crocodile hunter style.
Yeah.
okay. Um,
Don't be pushing
Flip it over on its belly, on its back, and rub its belly. I don't
okay.
know.
I would say you're able to catch it off guard to grapple it, but being that it was already kind of in a position of being uh, provoked, I'd say go ahead and roll a strength to see if you can hold the wrestle, hold him grappled,
All right.
and he's like flailing uh, profusely and angrily. Okay, that's good. So you're able to hold the grip. What are you gonna
Yeah,
do?
unfortunately. Yeah. I just like I said, I'm gonna flip it over so I can hold it down, and rub its belly till it falls asleep.
Isn't that a gator?
They're both large reptiles.
They're a dog.
um,
Keely.
I mean, I guess you succeeded your roles. I would say in for canon for our world, I guess if you rub the belly of a giant poisonous snake, you can put it to sleep. So
Hell yeah, that's how you
yeah,
DM.
That's
right.
awesome.
I can't wait to abuse this.
Take a lesson.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I
I hope
feel
you
like
have
I'm
like
just
a
giving
Medusa
first
somewhere along
ammunition.
this line. And
Yeah, I mean it doesn't necessarily have to go to sleep, but at least calm it down that it'll just wander off on its own, and leave us alone. That's all I'm really looking for.
Yeah, let's say it's a
But that's
temporary
definitely
temporary like passiveness.
yeah. Like falling asleep is definitely what Ephraim thinks is going to happen, but as long as it's passive, that's all I really care
Snake
about.
charmed.
Yeah.
Did DM did the has the spider reacted at all to all of this going on?
Um, it seems to like it does hear like some scrambling down the end of the cave, but it seems to just kind of stay towards the back of where it's at. Not interested in leaving this general area for some reason. Naturally,
Okay.
you would think it would want to, if it heard a sound anywhere through a cave system, go to it as food. Um, but for whatever reason, it's sticking to this area.
Okay, in that case, I will then start to move ahead to follow
Okay.
the rest of my companions.
All right. So what are y'all doing now that the giant poisonous snake has been temporarily subdued?
Immediately trying to recruit it to our party.
No,
Yeah, I'm like, this is gonna
kill it.
for everything.
Kill it.
Oh, you're gonna go and try to kill it?
If it comes towards Sky, Sky is attacking it.
I say we just hold on to it, and then when
So,
we hit some bad guys, throw it at them.
so Sky cares for the lives of horses, but not snakes, huh?
Snakes are they if you have legs, snakes don't have legs. Sky does not care for snakes.
Controversial
So look,
opinion.
Ephraim doesn't want to have to kill it, right? But if push comes to shove, he could use a new pair of boots. So, you know.
Snakeskin boots sound quite fancy.
But yeah, I mean, would it be possible to just carry it with us?
All right, Britney Spears.
Every
Like,
5 minutes, make a grapple check.
call that toxic. Jeez.
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
If not, we can just leave it here on the ledge and carefully step around it. I'm good either way, but
Okay.
if we could take it with us, that'd be hilarious.
I mean, I don't even know how I would go about. I feel like just getting enough animal handling rolls and feeding it. Like
Yeah.
if you're trying to make it a pet, maybe. I
Pacifying.
don't. I'll have to look up a domestication system for 5e.
The hooves.
As long as
Our
everybody
DMs
can
run
step
through.
by it.
Yeah, it definitely. If anything, you could put it back. Like you jumped up onto the ledge to kind of grapple. Well, reach up, I guess, and grapple to pull it down and start petting its belly.
Well,
Then it's
not
still on its ledge.
not to metagame too much, but we do have a druid and a ranger, so if any party could domesticate it, this party probably could.
Ranger won't.
Well, and
Okay, so
the druid is a turtle. You're a reptile too. I mean, come on, talk to your cousin
aren't
here.
they amphibians?
Well, I had it. It looked like I had it calmed down, and then you went and grabbed it and rubbed its belly and calmed it down more. So,
Yeah, yeah.
to me, it seems like we did our job. But
Yep. All right. So as long as everybody can step past it, I'm good.
So let's
We
get
can
out
move
of
on.
this part of this part of the cave, so we don't get bit by a snake. I guess.
yeah, I think we should do that. It's very prudent.
Sorry, what direction are y'all going? To the left?
Heading on up.
To the
Yeah.
T.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
I'm just gonna whistle a lullaby. Go to sleep. Sleepy sleep, little snake. No need to wake.
So I'm gonna look down both these paths. Do I see anything? I do not have dark vision.
Um, that's actually a valid point. Fortunately, the way you've been essentially shuffled down these various paths, you've been fine. And as you approach this corner, um, excuse me, this here, and halfway up that slope you climbed, it was getting a little bit more light because there's fires that appear to be pitched here. Um, as you kind of make your way around the bend, it's a larger cave that opens up and is divided in half by a 10-foot high escarpment. A steep and natural staircase leads from the lower portion to the upper ledge, and the air is hazy with the smoke of a cooking fire that was mentioned, and the uh, and pungent from the smell of poorly cured hides and unwashed goblins. So in this room, you haven't fully walked in. They don't seem to notice you, but you do hear three goblins specifically around the campfire and see them uh, talking and playing a game of what uh, you hear is knuckle bones, and then you hear other goblins, but don't quite see them up coming from up above on that escarpment. What do y'all do?
I'm just gonna quickly kind of hide around this corner. There's goblins right next to us.
It is
Of course,
rank.
there's goblins. It's a goblin hideout.
It is rank up here, man. Even for me, this is. Ugh.
Yeah, this doesn't smell good. Are we gonna engage them or just like move on?
Does it seem like any of them are the leaders? Can we maybe make a perception check and see if any of them are making, like, talking about something that might be higher than just rolling dice? And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast guidance on Ephraim.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Okay.
What
give you a
would you
little
like to
bonus.
guide me to do?
I mean, whatever you need it for. So yeah, he just I'm like, hey, bro, like, it's better to light a candle than to curse the darkness.
What symbol was I using
I
again?
It should be the
I
prayer looking
I
one.
think I think I understand you. I'm gonna go in there and put out the fire.
These icons are so.
You were using this one, the one where it's like a strong man.
Ah, yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's just somebody
called,
else had it. That's
it's
right.
called strong.
Yeah. So just so we remember. Okay.
You
So
could do like
sorry.
a
So if
hand.
you want to, I guess each of you, at least in the front, Barry, Ephraim, and Ragnar, make perception checks, and then I guess,
Oops,
uh,
I'm not dead.
oh, Gallon, you're in the back.
15.
Well, I guess that, like, realistically, if you guys are all piled into the hallway, or are you guys still climbing the slope?
I think I would be kind of up if we're moving around. I would be over here a little bit, or I can stay here, whichever way.
Yeah, we can make a little room up here for you
Okay.
if somebody else wants to get up here.
As they are pacifying the snake, Sky is quickly skirting the edge of it and running up to the top, or climbing, or scrambling as best they can.
Okay. Um. So I think you'd be fine, assuming you were trying to see if that would be a difficult, um, I guess, hurdle to walk
Mhm.
by the snake, but you should be fine. So go ahead. I guess for those, then everybody else, you can go ahead and roll um, perception, and
15.
we got 15. Nice.
I had an 11.
Straight perception or passive?
15, 8. Straight perception. Assuming you're trying to listen into the next room, which was I was building off of what you were saying, Galen or Garrett. God, Garrett, what
Don't
is
worry.
wrong with your rolls, man?
Guys, I think I
4.
hear something.
Don't worry. I have no idea what's happening.
So basically, the only person, or people, excuse me, Barry and Ragnar, you hear, more detailed conversation between the goblins, obviously closer to you with the knuckle bones, They refer to each other by name and often saying their own name like in third person. But that you know one's winning over the other, getting mad at each other. But you also hear that above the at the top of the escarpments, kind of like muffled kicks and what sounds like interrogating of some sort. Uh, it just kind of angrily muffled hits to someone or something up above, as you hear them say like, "Well, where'd you find the map, you mug?"
Oh, I think this
I'll-
might be one of our brochachos we need to save.
Yeah, sounds like they got a hostage. I think we should break up this party.
DM,
You're
is the
saying there's a guy up there?
interrogation in common?
That's a valid point. If anything, I would say most of the goblins are speaking common. They should be, I
Okay.
guess, speaking goblin technically, but
Well,
too
if
late
it
now.
helps, I do have goblin as a name, as a language. So
What do you
I'll
guys hear?
definitely keep that more considered in going forward.
There's something about asking about where something is, where they found something. I'm pretty sure that one of our guys is up there getting interrogated.
Well,
So
we should get him.
we
He
should
said-
just
Save
go
him.
in here.
One of the
If he
guys
hired us
said,
to do the stuff, then we
yeah,
should save him so he can pay us in the end.
yeah, one of the guys was asking about the map. Like, I don't know what that means, but that's the only thing I could hear through the goblin talk.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that you don't have any idea what the word map means?
Well, it's the only word I can make out, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
all right.
So we
I
need
say
to
we get him.
save this
F-
guy.
I say Ephraim
So-
Smash.
I guess the most logical next part of this is I'm gonna get angry.
And I'm gonna ready my blowgun.
I'm going to
Your
draw my sword.
blowgun
get
needs to
ready
be
to
like
roll.
a flute.
Is
I will ready my new short bow.
Ooh.
I guess I'm gonna rage, and then I'm gonna, as I'm raging and screaming, I'm gonna run into the area here.
And can I see these stairs from there? I would assume.
Yes, but real
Because
quick,
I'm gonna-
Ragnar, what are you doing? Was that
I'm-
the end of it?
I don't. Are we like rolling initiative, or are we doing a surprise round? What's because if we're doing,
Depends. Are you hitting them?
Yeah.
Or are you just
Yeah,
running
I
in
would
angrily?
I would run in there and hit him if that's the case.
Yeah, and I'm following behind, but I'm going to try to dash for these stairs.
Okay. So if anything, let's do a surprise round. So let's just roll y'all's initiative first.
Okay.
And then we'll go based on that in terms of order for the surprise. Let me pull
Ooh, yeah.
a turn
I'm gonna
order.
use.
Keep forgetting that I need to do
my-
initiative.
I'm
Oh,
gonna use my
click
DM.
What is
inventory.
this?
Sorry, what are you saying, Ragnar?
Well,
Or Chris?
not that much better. So I got a 12 for initiative, and I'm gonna pass the inspiration to Gallon.
Oh, you even re-rolled with the inspiration?
Yep.
Bummer.
Nice.
Alright, so we're missing one person. It looks like Barry.
Do I need to roll right now? I'm not engaging in any.
Oh,
kind
if you're not engaging in the combat, I guess that's fine.
not in the surprise round.
Is the snake
Okay.
fighting on our side?
no.
Damn.
Is asleep.
No,
Do
just
not mess
just
with it,
subdue,
bro.
yeah.
Just leave it alone.
Leave the sleep. Leave him to sleep. All right,
Just throw it
so
at the goblin.
Sky also got a 22, but it's not showing up.
that's never mind. I guess we
Because you
are
didn't
missing two.
click
So
your
let me.
guy.
It's showing for me.
But not in the
That's not for
turn
me.
order.
Oh,
So you have a 22. So Ephraim, I'm guessing Sky has the higher.
I have 16 and Trigal has 16.
Oh
So.
man, all
Yeah.
three of you rolled 22.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Yeah.
exactly.
I
Roll,
just
And I have
noticed that,
and
but
I
still
roll,
went 16.
Reese,
They all
roll, Reese.
react
and I have a
simultaneously.
15 dex, so even though I rolled a nat 20 on my initiative, I
Oh.
lose the tiebreaker twice.
The Joe, when you sort it, it will automatically put all the 322s in whatever order, but you can specify who you want to go first and
I
manually
usually
sort
just
them.
go off of the dexterity after
Yeah.
that, right? So if
Trigal
you're
can
saying
go.
it
Hey,
automatically does
Sky,
that,
Sky
then
and I have the same dexterity,
Yeah,
so
Trigal can go first.
so then
Yeah.
if you'd like, you can do rollsies, or you can just I guess with what
okay.
Kyle was saying, you
All
can just
right.
go
All right.
rollsies,
So what
rollies.
I will do is I will take 5, 10, 15, 20 feet here to be out of the way. And I will go ahead and shoot at this guy on the far end of the room with
Okay.
my short bow. And AC 23 or
Yeah, that
5.
definitely hits.
Ooh.
So for 5. All right. So yeah, so that definitely hits. And you shoot the arrow, and as it lands into they go to pick up like a beer, and you manage to hit the arrow through their arm, and it kind of connects it to their chest, like what the heck? Ah! And then it's just freaking out, but it's definitely in a bloodied condition. That was a good shot. Um,
Okay, and
do you want to
because
move
it
or
was a
anything?
ranged weapon and not a melee weapon, I don't get a bonus attack, so I will just stay there. Other people can move around me or through me, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I play it to where you can so long. Well, as long as they're smaller than you, they can go through you. If that's what you're saying, like your square.
Yeah, I think I always play it that you can move through an ally space with no problem, but it's your game, so you handle that however you want.
Well, do we even have? We don't have any halflings or anybody small size. So if anything, I'm fine with playing it that way. I usually just like playing it the way I was saying, just to kind of give a added benefit to an actual characteristic that's
Well, then
assigned
in
to
that
the
case, I'll just move
species.
over there so I'm out of the way and other people can get through that alley.
Well, I'm saying that they can go through you, like
Oh,
with how
okay.
you play it. I was
Okay.
giving, I guess, the perspective of why I do it for mine,
Yeah.
usually. Um, okay, so is that end your turn?
Yes, sir.
All right, on to Sky Spirit Flight.
Uh, running along this wall, going up towards the staircase. The three goblins in this lower embankment, are they like preparing to fight, or are they like surprised that we are jumping into the situation?
The three that are up here.
The bottom section.
Oh, I mean, yeah, they're definitely surprised right now, but
Hmm.
yeah, they definitely seem like they would be retaliating
So
as a result.
these three weren't the ones that we probably heard. We heard the people above.
You heard them
Talking.
both. So I was
Okay.
describing like the ones below. They're gathered around the cooking fire,
Yeah.
playing a game of knuckle bones together. When basically Trigal shoots one of their beer arms into them, and they're freaking out right now.
Okay.
as is tradition.
Yep.
Then Sky's gonna, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, go up the staircase and face this first person thud rough, I believe,
Okay.
and try to focus him in a battle of swords.
Okay. So go ahead and roll. All right.
16 to hit.
So that does hit.
All right, that's 5 piercing damage. And I will also impose my favored foe trait on them. So I basically mark this creature for up to a minute, and anytime after this that I do damage to it, I get to add a d4.
All right. I don't know. We'll put a broken heart on him. But you notice this being a fairly burly goblin with astonishingly shiny biceps. As you noticed, there's some crisscross chains wrapped around his arms. And he's armed with a short sword with a blunted blade, and he slams it intimidatingly on the ground while yelling at you that your dinner. As you go and take a swipe at him, he doesn't block it in time. You sever off one of his arms. Uh, while he's just kind of bloodied, sitting there like so confused, like dinner, dinner.
Your blood will be nutrients, dinner for this forest, for this realm.
Metal.
I end my turn.
All right, on to Ephraim, Blacktooth.
All right. Well, he kind of did what I was going to do. So, uh, I suppose, if I get in here, now with sneak attack, having an ally within 5 feet of the enemy, not of yourself, right? Just want to verify that.
Say that one more time.
So for sneak attack, one of the options is to have an ally within 5 feet.
Yep.
And I just want to make sure that it's in 5 feet of the enemy, not myself, right? Enemy, the
I think
target
of
is within 5
you
feet. Yeah, that's it.
and your
You don't
attacker.
need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of that target is within 5 feet of it. Yeah, not myself. Okay. So Ragnar is within 5 feet of this guy, so I'm gonna stabby that guy.
Sorry, the rowdy.
Yep, Rowdy Luke.
Why did it look like so many dice were just rolled?
That's
Because
sneak attack.
I don't know.
Oh. So you're okay. So that was enough to hit. And you have managed to kill them. Um, so this goblin looks up from rolling some dice. It's he like kind of adorbed in a bunch of like red tribal tattoos, and looks up like looks at the arrow being shot into his friend's arm, and then looks over at you as you go and do fill in the blank. What is it?
I put a sword through his eye.
Oh yeah.
Sneak attack.
So yeah, you shoved the sword through his eye socket, going through the other side of his head. You pull it out, he just drops back onto the against the wall. Uh, Gone. He is out of there. All right. And then on to, unless you'd like to do anything else.
No, that's good enough for me.
Okay. Gallon.
All right. I would like to walk in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to the other side of Treagle.
Also, is it Trigal or
Apologies.
Trigal? Or are we both pronouncing it wrong?
I usually say Trigal, but
Trigal. Okay.
that's
I just wanted to double check, like, um,
tomato,
we were
tomato.
saying it right. Tomato, tomato. Yeah. All right. And what are you doing, sir?
I'd like to blood curse Limb
yeah, I forgot about your blood curses.
Which is that guy that I pinged. Apologies, I need to keep jumping between screens to push to
Oh,
talk.
sorry. I can also. Oh, I guess it's already panned to the left as much as we can. All right, blood curse.
Apologies. The curse's description amplify before the. You can invoke a blood curse one time per short rest. Before it affects target, you can choose to amplify. Apologies, it's being dumb.
No worries.
All right, so the blood curse is as a bonus action, you attempt to bind a large or smaller creature you can see within 30 feet of you, must succeed on a strength saving throw DC 12, or the cursed creature's speed is reduced to 0 and it cannot take reactions until the end of your next turn.
Sorry, I just realized I was on mute. Which one are you doing that to?
Limb. So the guy to
Limb.
the right of Sildar Hallwinter.
So you wouldn't be able to see him, assuming you're remaining in the position that you're at.
Is he
Because
too
this is
high?
about, yeah, this is 10 feet high, so they're basically fully
Apologies.
obscured from you. No worries.
So I started 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We're crap. All right. So can I see Yimik or only Yundgruf?
From your position, I would say you would only be able to see Thudgruff.
All right. Since Fudgruff has already taken damage, I'll do it to Tumok.
Okay.
So Tumok can't react. Actually, you know what? You're right. Apologies. I'll do it to Hoodgruff or whatever his name is because his name is mashed with skies.
Okay, so he is a favorite enemy. He is
He's now
bloodied,
bound and
and
can't
now he
move
is
and can't
bound.
react.
So I'll just put a lock.
And so for the flavor, I slice across my forearm and blood flies out and binds him in a bloody mess.
In a bloody mess. Like,
And then,
imagine it being like symbiote or something, like
exactly.
shooting out. Nice.
And then as my normal action, I'll just blow gun who's near me. Tumok, since he's already taken damage, I'll just turn and while the blood is flowing from my forearm, I'll just blow gun him in the face.
Okay. Also, for the curses, because I'm not familiar with blood hunters, how many do you get per long rest?
It's just one at level. We're only at level 1.
Ah, okay. But did it
I imagine
regenerate
it
on that short
increases with
rest?
higher levels, but I've never played a blood hunter before. I just thought it would be interesting, so
Yeah, I see.
we'll learn together.
So go ahead and roll for the blow dart. Is that the damage? I'm confused. Is that the to hit?
I assume an 8 doesn't hit.
No, I mean it doesn't, but that roll box looks weird because it doesn't it usually put damage at the bottom for 3?
Yeah, he
It
was
does.
telling
It
us
has
last
a
week
blowgun. Oh,
it's
I
an
didn't add
automatic
damage.
3. It's an automatic 3
Ah,
damage. Yeah, so
I've just assumed that it was there, but we just known
yeah.
it was 3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
blowgun
so
is
that does not
automatic
hit.
damage. So, all right. At least I
So it's
found the
like
guy.
the goblin's just drunkenly like as it's freaking out, just like happens to dodge out of the way as you shoot the blow dart into the back wall. Um, back
Damn it!
onto Ragnar, who essentially started the surprise, but at the back of the line here. You are up, sir. Christopher.
You sure I was muted still. I am going to. So I'm just gonna attack the guy that's right here, Grissier.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my action and bonus action to attack him. So, first one to hit is a 15 to hit, and second one, oh, that's cool. Second one is a natural one.
Okay. Um. Oh, it was a natural one. Okay. Wow. So for either of them, they unfortunately did not hit. Um. As far as natural one, I don't usually play anything super crazy that happens because you rolled a natural one. But you happen to just trip a little bit to what caused the war pick, your target to not be hit by either of your war picks as you swing out on him, and he ducks as you swing your war picks, but unfortunately neither of the hits land.
Okay, that's it for my turn.
All right. You notice with this guy as well that he seems to have um he seems to not be drinking like the other ones are, but more agile and wearing a kind of like a thicker scarred hide uh, around him versus with most of these where they're either shirtless or wearing rags. Um, so then now we put the gobs into the mix. The fact that I have to individually click and
And Barry.
yeah, Barry, you're hopping in
Yeah, I'm gonna come in now.
officially. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and roll for your initiative.
Yeah, I got an 18, so
Ah, I see it. Never mind. Okay. So it looks like players are still higher. Nice. So what we'll do. Let me temporarily move this real quick. So we have 21. So I'm just gonna, for the sake of simplicity, change y'all's ranks to 25, 23. We'll do 20. Okay, and then oh, am I doing this right? I wish I could just set up the thing to do it the way I want it to do it. But honestly, keeping an eye on the time, we do end our sessions at 10:30. So if anything, we're gonna go ahead and pause here coming into the round. It gives me time off screen to organize the turn order anyway. So hopefully you enjoyed that minute of me trying to figure that out. But but thank you all for joining in our session today. Again, this is a ongoing series that we're going to have in general called Oops All DMs, where all of us are playing D&D 5e and possibly other tabletop role-playing games. With me DMing this current venture for Phandelver and Below. So we are streaming every single Wednesday at 7:30 until 10:30. And again, please support our stream charity of Child's Play. We have a couple events on the roster this month the next one this weekend at Oviedo being sold out, but come hang out with us as Ben had mentioned earlier. But definitely check out aotorlando.com to find our future events for sale. We'd love to see your face in person. But if anything, we'll see you next week. Have an awesome night and a great week. Peace out, y'all.
Yeah.
Hasta luego.
uh,
Garrett.
where's Garrett?
Oh,
Garrett.
I don't think
The
Garrett got the
one person
message,
we
guys.
need.
I
Well,
guess we'll stay on.
with this time,
Sup, y'all? Sup,
this
sup?
weekend,
We're still here.
this weekend we have Oviedo Brewing, but the next weekend after that we have Deviant Wolf with our paint and sip events
Oh,
down
yeah.
in Sanford. Tickets are still on sale. I think we still have about like 7 or 8 tickets for that. And I know some of us will be there for that.
And
Either
Kyle,
leading or helping with it
where can they find those tickets?
at adventuresontap.com.
aotorlando.com.
This is
Yes.
why I don't say things without knowing them.
Yes. I will give a
aotorlando.com is our website,
Yeah.
everybody. So,
I will give a quick. I'd like to piggyback on the charity. We are fortunate enough to be able to have Child's Play bring in somebody when my son was in the hospital, and so those resources at the time were extremely helpful. The staff and everybody were amazing. So I can't speak highly enough from my personal experience about it. So this one is, we love all of our charities, but the ones that we get to personally experience are the ones we like to really really beat the drum for, and so they do amazing things for a lot of kids who and families who really really are in stressful situations, and anything to reduce the stress and anxiety in those situations is you can't put a price on it. So that's my 2 cents.
Well spoken.
Oh, yeah.
well
Of
spoken.
course.
Oh, we have Garrett back.
Yes.
Gears
So,
back, but muted.
uh, but yeah, on that note, as you can tell, I mean, it's that charity is very personal to a couple of different DMs in our group, but also players as well. So it's a great charity. Definitely, please support them. They're doing great things, awesome things. Honestly, like I didn't even know about them until I